I want to get to the NBA and the changes reportedly coming to the All-Star game. How come you can't do that for the All-Star game? Now, from everything that I'm being told, you know what the problem is, y'all? It's the sponsors and advertising.
The NBA All-Star Game is dying. Yeah, I said it. And it's not just me. Stephen A. Smith is calling the new format straight bullshit. But here's the thing. This goes way deeper than just one game. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. We're about to show you how the NBA's chase for cash is killing the soul of basketball. And trust me, once you see what's really going on, you'll be just as fired up as Stephen A. Picture this, it's 1988, and Michael Jordan's about to take off from the free throw line. The crowd's going wild, every single player on that court is ready to prove they're the best of the best. This wasn't just a game, it was war. You know what made those old All-Star games so special?
Sources tell ESPN the league wants to introduce a new 14 tournament-style format this season. It's deeper than that, Stephen A. Players know that the league does all of this for their corporate partners.
It wasn't just the dunks and the crossovers. These guys were playing real defense. They had actual game plans, and the stars, they were giving it everything they had, and then some. But here's where things get crazy. Back then, the money was way less. Winners got $100,000, losers got $25,000. That's pocket change compared to what the NBA's making now. So why were they playing so much harder? It wasn't about the cash. It was all about pride and respect. These guys weren't just playing for themselves. They were playing for their teams, their cities, and their legacies. Every play mattered. Every possession was a chance to show the world why you deserve to be called an all-star.
There's a lot of people out there that have been turned off by the NBA product. It's still big time in social media. It's still big time in the digital stratosphere. But on linear television, there's a reason for that. People got better things to do with their time. That's where it gets a bit extreme. There's an 11-year, $77 billion deal that was just agreed to that kicks in for next season. Players are getting that. 50% of that.
Remember watching Jordan and Dominique Wilkins go at it? That wasn't just a game. It was like watching two gladiators in the arena. They weren't thinking about sponsorships or brand deals. They were thinking about one thing, being the best. But something changed. We went from Jordan's killer instinct to what Stephen A. Smith calls a glorified layup line. How did that happen? It all started shifting in the early 2000s. Players started caring more about their brands than the game. The NBA got bigger, richer, and more corporate. Suddenly, it wasn't just about basketball anymore.
That's expected to have 2 semifinal games played to 40, with the winners advancing to the final match played to 25s. They're paid heavily for this weekend, and the players can't even get decent seats for their families. They feel like this is some bullshit.
It was about money, sponsorships, and protecting your image. You know what's really wild? The more money the league made, the less competitive the All-Star game became. It's like the players forgot what made them stars in the first place. They stopped giving it their all, and fans started noticing. Now, we're left wondering, can we ever get back to those glory days? Or is the spirit of true competition gone for good in the All-Star game? One thing's for sure, if we don't see some changes soon, we might be watching the end of a great basketball tradition. Remember when we talked about the spirit of competition in the All-Star game? Well, hold on to your seats because things have taken a wild turn. The NBA's raking in more cash than ever, but the All-Star game? It's looking more like a corporate meetup than a basketball showdown.
$100,000 a piece goes to the winner of the All-Star game. $20,000, $25,000 go to the loser, according to CBA, I guess. Press stars at press row all over the place. You can't just play ball like you playing ball in the offseason?
What if I told you there are 51 different sponsors for just one weekend? That's not even the craziest part. Let's talk numbers for a second. The NBA just landed a massive $77 billion media rights deal. That's billion, with a B. You'd think with all that money, we'd be seeing the most intense All-Star games ever, right? Wrong. Instead, we're watching guys barely break a sweat out there. It's like they forgot what basketball even is. But here's the thing, it's not entirely the player's fault. Imagine being an all-star and showing up to this huge event, only to feel like you're just there for the cameras. That's exactly what's happening. Players are feeling like props in some big corporate show. And you know what? They're not wrong. You want to know how bad it's gotten? Players can't even get decent seats for their families during the event.
And Isaiah and Magic and everybody else and how they will perform for All-Star Weekend. And then you see the absence of pride and fervor and vigor from today's players. And don't get me started with that sorry-ass slam dunk contest. I swear to Lord, I want to sponsor my own slam dunk contest nationwide. I could do a better job.
It's like the NBA saying, thanks for being a superstar, now go sit in the nosebleeds. How are they supposed to feel respected when stuff like that is happening? The worst part? The NBA thinks they can fix this mess with a new format. They want to turn the All-Star Game into some kind of 4-team tournament. They're saying it'll be like pickup games, trying to bring back that competitive spirit. But come on, we all know that's not going to cut it. You know what's really behind the decline in All-Star Game intensity? It's simple. The NBA's forgotten what made the game great in the first place. They're so busy chasing dollars and pleasing sponsors that they've lost sight of the basketball. And now, they're scrambling to fix a problem they created.
So you don't have to care. And see, then I'm an asshole. I'm a clown. I'm a jerk because I point stuff like this out. Facts! Nobody should expect the players on All-Star Sunday to play as hard as they play during the regular season.
The sad truth is, fans are starting to tune out. Can you blame them? Who wants to watch a game where the players look like they'd rather be anywhere else? The NBA's got a choice to make. Keep chasing those corporate dollars or bring back the heart of basketball. Right now, it looks like money's winning, and the game we love is losing big time. Alright, so here's the deal. The NBA's standing at a crossroads, and they've got a big decision to make. Are they going to keep chasing those fat stacks, or are they going to bring back the real basketball we all love?
I hate it. I have no use for it. It means absolutely positively nothing to me. Matter of fact, I don't even want to go. That's why I was so proud of Steph Curry when he went against Sabrina Ionescu in a three-point shooting contest. He didn't have to do that.
It's like they've forgotten what made the game great in the first place. You know what? Maybe it's time for us fans to speak up. We're the ones buying tickets, jerseys, and tuning in every week. Don't we deserve to see some actual effort in the All-Star Game? These players are making millions. Is it too much to ask for them to play like they care? But here's the scary part. If nothing changes, we might be watching a great tradition die right before our eyes. The All-Star Game used to be the highlight of the season. Now, it's just another overhyped event that leaves us feeling empty. The NBA better wake up fast, or they might find out that all the money in the world can't buy back the heart of the game.